This interview features Rebecca Olajide, a learning and resources producer at the Science Museum. Rebecca works on a laptop designing an online learning resource that features an unusual object called a pharmacy leach jar. She then designs an appealing activity trail for visitors to do when visiting the Science Museum. At the STEAM Hub, a robotic arm projects the computer-generated smiley face of IRL.
I'm IRL, an artificial intelligence created to find out information about STEAM careers. Join me in interviewing professionals to explore their work. Welcome to the STEAM Hub. Please state your name and occupation.
My name is Rebecca Olajide and I'm a learning resources producer at the Science Museum.
How did you enter your chosen career?
Good question. I initially came in a different role as a community partnerships coordinator because I was really interested in working with local communities close to the Science Museum. I didn't realise what the museum sector did in terms of roles and opportunities, and especially working with community groups. So that includes young people, family, or people living with dementia and older adults as well. So that really caught my eye. I currently develop learning resources for schools, families, and community groups. Essentially, learning resources are activities that you can do at home or in the museum as a school group, a family, or a community group. And so it's just a great way to engage in those particular groups, to learn more about the objects and our collections, and also engage those groups with the science skills and science knowledge as well.
Were you required to study or train for a qualification?
No, I wasn't, and that's a good bit about working in the Science Museum. It's actually quite welcoming of people from different backgrounds to work there, because I think it helps build a better output for our audiences to make the museum more accessible, but also the science subjects more accessible as well.
Please outline the core criteria you would consider essential to have in your job and why.
I work across different departments within the museum, internally and also externally, so you have to work as a team, particularly when you're developing learning resources for different groups. Also, creativity is a key thing as well. In terms of design, ensuring that our resources are accessible, easy to read, and look exciting and fun to look at as well. And because I don't come from a traditional science background, I believe that my perspectives can really contribute to the development of learning resources, because I bring a different perspective to the table.
Do art and creativity play a role in your work?
Yes, so it plays a part in my work because originally I come from a creative background, which led me to do a lot of community arts projects with young people. So when an opportunity came about in the Science Museum, it was working with groups of people, such as families, who wouldn't normally visit the museum. So that really grabbed my attention. We're really big on making science more accessible to everybody. So we have to ensure that how we write things makes sense to different groups of people who may feel comfortable with science or who may not, or even be in the middle. We try and make science subjects much more accessible to everyone.
Final question. Considering the young adult audience assessing this interview, please respond. Why is STEAM important to you?
STEAM is important to me because it was a topic that I didn't really connect with when I was younger, but now I have a better relationship with it. I know that typically when we think of STEAM subjects, we have typical images of someone in a white coat with a test tube, etc. And I just really didn't connect with the subject. But since working in the Science Museum, it's been a great way to kind of reconnect with STEAM subjects and also find it really interesting and fascinating as well.
Text on screen. Interview complete. Sutton STEAMs Ahead is a project funded by a Cultural Impact Award as part of the Mayor of London's London Borough of Culture programme and the National Lottery Heritage Fund.